Hi, this is Bob Lovinger. I'm the president of Flexxbuy, and this video is intended to be a quick start video, quick start approach for you. So if you're a new agent, sales agent, or maybe you've been dormant or not as active as you'd like, and you're saying, there's a lot to know and a lot to, dive into, I want to give you a quick approach to get started, fast, just to get out there and start selling, because that's really the only way to do it. But before we go, you'll see the home page here. The thing to note on the home page is to get to agent resources, which is where everything is. That's the Bible of FlexBuy. And if you're listening to this, you probably are an agent, so you already have your username and password, or you haven't registered yet, but you're in our system and you can do so. You can come to the home page and just click on this link and it brings you to the agent resources, and I'm going to show you agent resources in a moment. But before I do that, let me give you some quick housekeeping. So if you're sure you've registered for agent resources in the past, but you don't remember your password, you could, to reset your password, or for any technical assistance with regards to FlexBuy, you can email danw@flexbuy.com. I'm going to leave this up for a few minutes just so you can write this down. For deal assistance, for help on constructing a deal, or signing up a merchant, or anything else regarding with the boarding of a merchant or the selling of a merchant, you can contact Laura Geiger in our office at laurag@flexbuy.com, and her direct telephone number is 772-281-4376. You can always contact me. I'm Bob Lovinger, bob.l@flexbuy.com. I have a phone number, and I'll give it to you, but the best way really to reach me is to email me, and I'll respond quickly. Or if you need a call, just email me and ask me to call you, and I'll do that. I don't always answer my phone live because I'm usually wrapped up in something else. So the best way to reach me is bob.l@flexbuy.com. Here's the URL for agent resources: flexbuy.com/agent-resources. So these are the main, things that you have to know from a housekeeping standpoint. I'll leave this on a few more seconds, and then I'll bring it back after I'm all done. So this way, if you haven't taken it down, you can take it down. I'll go through it again verbally. So if you want to get someplace before this video is over, if you're watching it on your phone somewhere in a park and you want to, stop it and come back to it, like I said, I'll put this back up at the end. So I'm going to take this away now and continue with the rest of this quick start program. So this is the home page. When you click on agent resources and you log in, it takes you to our agent resources page. Now you should be seeing this. This is where everything is up to the minute. Now, if you notice here, the program guide, this is our nuts and bolts of the program, of all of our programs. You'll see when it was last updated. So what I don't suggest you do is, I don't suggest that you print out this program guide and assume that everything stays the same forever, because those of you that have been doing this a while, or anybody that knows me, or I'm telling you now for the first time, things change quickly in this industry. So just because something is true today, it doesn't have to be true tomorrow. And lenders come and lenders go, and programs change. So you have to be on top of it if you're going to sell the program. And I'm going to give you two approaches of how to do this. But if you're intent on selling this program, it's best that you have the most current information, and the most current information is usually in the program guide, unless you get to it and I change it, the next day. But always, like I said, look for the most recent program guide. You can print it out, but don't assume. Even if you go there one day later, check to make sure it's the most current. I'm just going to go through this agent resources quickly, and you can dive into whatever extent that you want to dive into. So, how to make a sale? The first thing I would do is, we have a lot of agents out there, and Flexxbuy is pretty active, from the standpoint of Google. So, somebody who's searching for financing can find us directly. So, if you're looking to working with somebody, or about to start working with somebody, my suggestion is to first register that merchant. So I'm going to open this up just to show you how easy that is. It's just a simple form. You just click on it, and it just asks for a few details about the merchant. Just complete this, click submit, and then we have it in our system. So that way, if they come around you and come directly to us, we know that it belongs to you. Okay, so down in the next section, you'll see there's videos. This is the most recent one I sent around. It's in our new program, Flexxbuy, which is program 4. It's a great no credit check, interest-free payment plan option for merchants that do accept credit cards. And then you'll see various other videos, training videos here. Always refer to the program guide to make sure something is still relevant, because it's possible I leave a video here and some of the things I say in the video don't apply anymore. So just this is a resource for you. You don't have to go through all of them. Go through the ones that are the most pertinent. Like this is the Flexxbuy training webinar on our Credit Select Plus program, which is our core program. You could watch that. This program 4 is an interesting program. I suggest that you watch this video. I think it could certainly help you. If you're in the particularly if you happen to be in the credit card processing arena, and we have a lot of sales partners that are in that arena, this program is a great complement because it gets your foot in the door, gives them a motive to maybe switch over to you, and also gives them something to stick with you with. So as in that industry, there's always somebody trying to lowball you and get prices lower than yours, and everybody's trying to outdo the other guy by a nickel. This program gives them a reason not to switch. Okay, so that's a great program if you're in the credit card industry. As I said, all these videos. This one here, the back office, I suggest you take a look at that, because once you start submitting deals, everything will be managed through our back office. And if you want, wait till you submit a deal, then look at it. Okay, so we have other resources here. I'm not going to go through all of them. I want to focus on how to sell. Okay, so if I was starting out in this business, I would, most of our salespeople now do most of their selling through a combination of phone, email, messaging, whatever. There's not as much face-to-face anymore. And even when there is face-to-face, people do want to see it on their screen. So, we do have some resources back here where you can print out flyers, and if you're really inclined to go around door to door and hand out flyers. But, online resources work a lot better, particularly videos. So, if you're going to sell the program, and as you go through the program guide and you go through the different training, you'll see that we have 3 different program models, 2 different program plans: our silver, our gold, and our platinum program. And then we have so as a sales partner, you can pick which one you want to sell. They're different. So one of the things we've tried to do with Flexxbuy is we try to get some uniformity. So somebody who's signing up for the silver program is getting something different than the gold and something for the platinum. Now, as a sales partner, you can pre-qualify your merchant and decide which one is best for them. Or if you're not sure, you can offer them all 3 plans. And let me just click on that now and show you that. So this is a video that a link that you can send your merchant. And it's basically, I think is a very good video. It's a 3.5-minute video that explains our program. it could say a lot more in 3.5 minutes than you can. So, this is a great way for you to, just send the merchant, somebody that you're working with, an introduction to Flexxbuy. They can watch the video. If they're interested, they would click on the program details. Now, this particular link shows them all three plans, so the silver, gold, and platinum. If you were pre-qualifying them and you were sending them only the silver, they would only see this column. If gold and platinum likewise. So, but this is all three, and as you go through this, you'll see that they're slightly different. We offer slightly different things, but it lays out all the key ingredients of our core platform, mostly. So this is, with Flexxbuy, what you're doing is you're signing up for the core platform, which is our Credit Select Plus program. It's our one application to up to 10 lenders, and then we add other programs, other lenders in as they qualify for them. So a lot of merchants, this is the only platform that they need. This platform works great. They'll love it. With one application, they're getting 10 lenders. Most merchants, for them to get 10 lenders, they have to go and apply and get approved with 10 different lenders. We're giving them one package with up to 10 lenders. So this is, for the most part, this is what most of our merchants rely on, but we do have other programs. And as you go through the program guide, you'll see, there's some programs that are specifically for maybe the auto repair and tire industry. There's some that are specifically for retail and so forth and so on. But, some for bigger businesses. But this is the core program, and we'll give them whatever else. So this is what they'll see when they open up, when they click on that program detail. And then what they can do is they can sign up. So if you're sending them only one of these, they'll click on the sign up button. If you're sending them the options, they'll pick the one that that most suits them. And when they click on the sign up button, it brings them directly to the merchant application. They click, they complete this application. It's very, very easy. And as they pick, it's a smart application. So as you notice down here, there's nothing that comes up as far as the programs they have to pick. But as they pick the program, the kind of business that they're in, in this section, you'll see that programs will start popping up: the Credit Select Plus program, the bonus program, and so this is a smart application. So depending on what industry they're in, that's what's going to be offered to them as an option for applying. Now they have to apply. So even though with our Credit Select Plus program we approve just about everyone, we don't approve everyone. We do have some limitations, very few under that program, but the other lenders do. The other lenders will do some due diligence in most cases, and there's an approval and process that they have to go through. So we can't guarantee them any of the programs that they're applying for. So we do the best we can. We screen them, and after they sign up and submit the paperwork that we need, which is to get them started, it's a voided check and a proof of business, which is usually a business license or sales tax license or something like that. We'll get them set up on the core program. We'll have an orientation call, and we'll work with them on any other programs that they may qualify for. So as you can see, this is an easy online application. There's nothing tricky here. All the information they should have readily available. The terms and conditions are spelled out here. They can print them out. They could agree to them. They agree that that they are going to pay the one-time enrollment fee, and there's a $59 rebatable subscription fee if they're part of Credit Select Plus, which means that we'll collect $59 each month. But the great news is that gets applied to any funded loans that they do as far as the funding fees go. So on our Credit Select Plus program, for instance, the funding fee is 3.9% plus $49. We'll apply that $59 towards that 3.9%. So if somebody does a $10,000 loan and it's $390 fee, but it's the first one they've done in 3 months, we'll apply the 3 payments, or 160, boy, I pull out my calculator for that one, right? 59 times 3, it's $177 towards it, and and we'll deduct that from the $390 in my example. So they never lose that $59 as long as they stay on the program and ultimately use the program. Now we also have a rebate program, a gift card program, which is also very, 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 very nice. So with the gift card program, as soon as they fund their first loan, that materializes, and we collect our fee, we will give them $100 gift card as a thank you. So, we're looking for merchants. We're looking to encourage merchants to use our program. So, that's the bottom line. We want to give them as much motive as they possibly can to stick in there, use the program, get through some declines if they have declines, and try to be successful on the program. So we're giving them, two incentives. One is the rebate of the $59, and the other is the gift card. So once they use this program, they'll get that, and then they could sign this. They could sign this, with their finger if they're doing it on a tablet, or, if they have Windows 10, or they can use their mouse to sign it. They click submit, and we automatically get it in our system. If your name is up here, or if you registered it, it's assigned to you, and that's all you really have to do. We'll do it from there. We do all the orientation calls. We have a resource center and I'll show you that. Actually, it's probably a link back here for our merchant resource center. Let's see, our client resources. Boy, there is a lot back here, isn't there? But let me just show you that quickly. I'm sure it's back there. I just want to spend a lot of time with dead silence. But so the merchants have their own resource page where it has their key things, the people they have to call, the where their calculators are, and I'm going to go through that in a second, because we've just added a couple very exciting calculators. I think other things that they have to know, videos, training, things of that nature. So they get their own resource center. And we do a very, I think one of the things I'm very tuned into is, we do a very, very heavy support, at least in the first 90 days, to try to get them to use the program. It's very important that they get successful. We'll gladly take their $59 a month, but the way you make money and the way we make money is when they use the program. So by the way, on the commission side, you're not affected by the rebates at all. So your commission's based on the full commission. So the $59, and the reason we can't pay commission on that $59 is it's essentially advanced funding fees. So you get paid on the full funding fee, and we absorb that rebate out of the $59 that they've paid us. So the most efficient way to sell, if you want to sell Flexxbuy, is to use these videos and to use that as a marketing tool and lead the merchant down the path. Have them watch the video, have them do the look at the program details, walk them through the merchant, to the merchant application. You could do it with them while they're on the phone, or if you're in person, you can do this with them. Watch the video with them and fill in any gaps. I think it's fairly easy to understand, but this is really the way to go. It's the best way to sell. So I have a sample email if you're sending the video. This is my voice, so you can change it to make it your voice, but it's a sample email to send along with that link, just to introduce them to Flexxbuy. As you'll notice, the program guide is all over the place. Here's again the prospective merchant registration form. I have it here because I really want you guys to register your merchants. Okay, it's very, 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 very important. Again, this is now if you don't want to send them the video, let's say you've pre-qualified them, they know they want this program, there's no other selling involved, you can go ahead and send them directly to the merchant applications. So let's say they need the gold program. Let me see. It brings them right to the program detail page. They skip the video and they could sign up, right there. So, the videos there is a marketing tool. If you feel you don't need it, you could send them directly to, directly to the merchant detail, to the program detail page and the merchant application. Now, merchants can pay their enrollment fee by ACH. We'll pull the money out of their bank account that they give us as part of the program, and that's the default. But they'll also have the option of paying by credit and debit card, and I'd say 60% of the merchants do pay by credit or debit card. So during the checkout process, as they sign up for the program, they'll have the ability to use a credit card or debit card, so you could let them know that ahead of time. It may make it a little bit easier as far as selling them the program. Let me see. Now, so this was, and down here we have a whole bunch of marketing tools and selling tools, and I just want to pull up a couple of these calculators that we just did because I think they're pretty cool. But go through this at your convenience. I'm doing this as a quick start, approach, so you don't have to. Don't be obsessive and go through every one of these documents and feel you have to learn it. As you know the basics, if you want to sell this, go through the video, go through the process yourself, go through the program details, go through a couple of these things that I'm going to show you, and then learn the other programs as you need them. As you see, you have a merchant that fills in that mode, and you look at the program guide and see, oh, this is this auto repair shop also may qualify for program 56. Let me learn a little something about program 56. But don't go crazy. This shouldn't be hard to sell. The concept of consumer financing is fairly easy. Okay, so the thing you need to know about customer financing or consumer financing is this is a revenue tool. It's not like credit card processing. Credit card processing at one time used to be a revenue tool. Some merchants had it, some merchants didn't. The ones that had it were very appealing to people that needed the credit card, that wanted to pay by credit card. Now every business has credit card, takes credit cards. So now it's more of a utility than it is anything else. Consumer financing is different. If you're talking to a business, chances are the competition does not offer financing, which could be an opportunity for you as well. So, but offering financing will make them very valuable to those consumers, especially for large purchases. When you start getting, 1,000, 5,000, 7,000, just to give you an idea, our average funded amount on our Credit Select Plus program is about $8,000, and the average ticket is just a touch under $6,000. So, we're dealing with high ticket items a lot, and people don't have that kind of money. They often don't have those credit card availability, to pay it like that as well. So financing becomes very, very important. So it's about closing that sale to that person they're talking about, because there's a good chance they don't have the money. And if they don't have the money, they're not going to say they don't have the money. They'll come up with some other reason that they're not going to buy because they may be too embarrassed to say that they don't have the money. So a lot of our businesses use it that way as a reactive tool. They're speaking to someone and they'll pull it out when they feel the sale's about to go south on them. The real smart businesses are the ones that will use it proactively, right? So they'll advertise it. If they're doing advertising in the paper or online or on their website, they'll make sure everybody knows that that financing is available. Because guess what? 70% of people that make major purchases want to use financing. They just don't have the money. I mean, that's just the truth out there. So, if a person doesn't know that you offer finance, that your business doesn't offer financing, and it doesn't say it on the website, doesn't say it anywhere, they're going to try to find a business that does offer it, especially if they know they need it, because they don't want to go through that embarrassing process of, being closed on a sale only not to have the money. They'd rather go to some place that gives them a chance to buy. So that's really the message that that you need to go with. And if you use that messaging, and you'll see that messaging here in the different things that we have back here, you'll be successful. You'll get the merchant excited. You have to get them to live customer finance. You have to get them to say, okay, I could see how this is going to make a difference to me. Maybe I haven't had a lot of opportunity, but if I throw it out there, it's going to bring in 5 more customers a month, and it's going to mean this amount of money to me. And it's going to, so if you get them living the success of customer financing, the sale becomes a lot easier. Okay, so to illustrate that, let me show you one of the calculators that we just developed and put out there. And this is available on our website. It's a profitability. That's the loan payment one. Okay, hold on. Okay, this is the profitability calculator. So the way it works is it's It's very, very simple. So you know, if you're speaking to a merchant, or if the merchant's doing it themselves, you could send them this as a tool to work. They could say, all right, my average sale is, you know, $6,500. I think I can do 3 of these a month, you know, using Flexxbuy. And so what does that mean to me? So that's 36 additional sales a year, $234,000 in additional revenue, even after the Flexxbuy fees, the funding fees, because we, you know, we want to be as transparent as we possibly can. So this takes into account all the fees, the subscription fees, rebated back, the funding fees, the admin fee, everything. They're still netting a $223,110 number, net profit because of financing. Now the assumption is that the people that are using financing wouldn't have bought otherwise, right? Because they don't have other options. They don't have credit card. They don't have money in the bank. So if this business didn't have financing and they're doing this kind of volume, they would be missing out on over $200,000 in revenue. Now, but usually the sale is the other way. So let's say you're working with a small business and they're not sure how much they're going to use it. So, you know, you're walking through and say, I may only use this once every 3 months. All right, let's look at that. So if you only do this once every 3 months, is it going to be a waste of your time? No, you're still going to make an additional $26,000 in revenue. And even after all fees, the subscription fees, all fees you've paid into Flexxbuy, you're still profiting $24,790. It's a net win. So even if you don't use it all the time, and even as you see those $59 a month payments go out because, you know, during months where you haven't used it, maybe your business is seasonal or whatever, you're still, as long as you use it, as long as you use this as part of your strategy, this is going to be profitable to you. And you could play with these numbers for any business. So this calculator is really a great tool to use with merchants, even when you're on the phone with them. If you're speaking to a merchant and you want to get them there, you want to get them to, this makes sense, you can use this profitability calculator to show them how lucrative financing can be to them. Or you can send it to them and say, go ahead and play with this, play with your numbers, you know, go through your sales and see what your numbers look like, and, you know, make some assumptions. So, you know, I think this is a great tool. The other calculator we've just developed is the sales and loan amount calculator. So a lot of times, let's say you're dealing with a merchant that's working on a very, very narrow profit margin, and maybe our fees are really chopping into their profit margins. So they want to have the ability of being able to work our fees into the sale, you know, pass it on to the customer. In other words, you know, there's a few different ways to do it, but they can, however they do it, they can pass on the fees to the customer. So let's say, same scenario, $6,500. Do you want to pass on the Flexxbuy fee to your customer? Do you want to factor in the borrower lending closing costs? Now, our Credit Select Plus program have 10 different lenders. Some of them don't charge any closing costs. Some of them will charge varying fees depending on the terms. So, you know, we're going to give them a number that's the worst case, because we don't know what the consumer is going to get approved for, and we don't know which loan they're going to take if they're offered multiple opportunities. So we're going to say yes. And do you want to charge an admin service fee? And I'm going to say no, but let's say they weren't going to pass on these fees, but instead they wanted to charge a $100 service fee because they're going through the trouble of doing that. We give them the option here. So it shows them the results. So the invoice amount, if the merchant wanted to add the fees into their price, the invoice amount is $6,813. Okay, so that's what they would charge the customer if they wanted to work up the invoice, and have the customer borrow at least $7,200 to cover that. So that would cover closing costs and incidentals, and the merchant would get their money. The Flexxbuy fees would be wrapped in, and ultimately the merchant is netting their $6,500 that they need. So, you know, most businesses don't need this. Most businesses look at the fees that we charge as a byproduct of the sale, the same way they do as the credit card processing fees. But, you know, just in case you have that business that isn't seeing it, you can show them that, yeah, you know what, this doesn't have to cost you a thing. You can just work that in. Plus, you're going to get the rebates back on the $59 anyway. So ultimately, you're going to make money on this, you know, by just doing this. So that's another one. We also put out a better loan payment calculator. So if a merchant is working, didn't open this in a new tab. That was bad. Okay, so if a merchant is working with a consumer and they want to give them an idea now, because the way our program works, we have a lot of different lenders, and our lenders approve across a very broad credit range, right? So, somebody with 780 credit score may get an interest rate of 4%, but somebody with a 550 credit score may get approved, but it may be at 32%. So we wanted to cover the broad range for the merchant and the consumer. So let's say there's that $6,500 sale. We want to be able to show the merchant, okay, so if you tell the customer, if you're going to do a loan for 36 months, your payments will likely be, this is not a guarantee, so we have our disclaimer back there, down there, your payments will be somewhere between $203 and $276 a month. Is that within your budget? And, that's a very important discussion, right? Because when people are using financing, it's no longer about, is $6,500 affordable? Is X number of dollars a month affordable, right? So that's why financing is also so lucrative. This is something you can really build into your sales approach, is that people will buy more if they're using financing because they don't have to sacrifice as much. They don't have to decide between paying $6,500 or $7,500. They have to decide between paying these amounts and these amounts. So, it could be only a $40 a month difference to add $1,000 to a sale of something that they absolutely want. So this is, I think this is a very important tool for merchants, and merchants will have this available to them, and they should certainly be using it. The other thing we have is, I've always believed in true transparency, and I just added this to the agent resources, and we're sending this to merchants on, every time they sign up. And where did this open up? Okay, so this is the nuts and bolts of our Credit Select Plus program. It gives them everything: the pros, the cons, the positive things, the negative things. So it's something we say, and this is something that you can be your cheat sheet if you want to learn. If you want to learn the program, Credit Select Plus program really quickly, you could pull out this nuts and bolts sheet document and learn everything that there really is to know about the Credit Select Plus program. So it walks through everything that's good about it, and even the things that aren't so good about it. So, we want to make sure that merchants make educated decisions, and we want to also make sure that they don't have notions about the program that aren't true. So we want to, deliver what we're capable of. We don't want to give them something that, we don't want to skip past, past the rough parts. This program is very, very powerful, but nothing is perfect. So, whether they're deciding between us and somebody else, every program has their pros, and every program has their scars. We want to make sure that the merchant understands, and when they make this decision, that they understand the program. And like I said, we have other documentation for the other programs down here, and you're welcome to go through it as you need to. My suggestion is just focus on the Credit Select Plus program. Focus on how you're going to sell this to your merchant. And how you're going to approach it. Decide what, if you're going to use these videos, which I highly suggest. Go through the email that we have here so you can fine tune it for yourself, make it your language. Use your follow-up systems, and you should be able to start selling this right away. But let's say you don't want to really sell this. You really just want to be a lead source. You're too busy. You're working on your own, a full-time thing, whether it's selling credit card processing, or whether it's doing some equipment leasing, or whether it's coaching, whatever else you're doing as your prime focus. You just don't really have the time to properly sell this. So we have a referral partner program. It's really strong, and basically it just makes it where you send us the lead, and we'll do our best to close it for you. So the warmer it is, the more likely it is that will sell it for you. So to do that, it's very simple. So You just, here's you go to agent resources. The form is right underneath the videos. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, sixth one down. You could open this up. And as you'll see, this is a very easy form to fill out. You complete this form, you put your name there, your company if applicable, the business, you know, that you're referring, and we'll do the rest. You know, so you just complete this, have this form completed, and we'll you know, once we get it, we'll get it into our system. We'll contact the merchant and we'll notify you when the merchant gets set up. You'll be, you know, so, and you'll get your commissions accordingly once we sell the program. So if you think customer financing is a great thing, I just don't have the time to learn this, I really don't want to sell it, refer it to us. It may be a good way for you to get started. Even watch us do it a few times, and then you can jump in any time. You're not tied into one approach or the other. Sometimes your business, you know, makes it that way. So if if you have a marketing company where, you know, you really just want to market and basically be an affiliate, you know, this is the way to go. You can just send us your leads, and, you know, we'll do everything else. And that's basically it. Now, one thing I don't push very much here, but if you want to do it, we do some business loans. We don't promote it. I don't, you know, we're not proactive in it. You know, it's mostly cash advance stuff. But if you know, if you have a merchant that wants a cash advance, we do have a platform for that. So if you send us one merchant application, our application, we have the e version here, or the paper application there. Get the merchant application and 3 months bank statements, 3 months credit card statements, get it to us. We get it into our platform. It gets submitted to well over a dozen lenders with one credit report. So that's an advantage, you know, rather than going to shop it around and pinging, you know, the business owner's credit report every time you shop it. We can shop it for you and get the best deal possible for you. You know, you're not going to get paid as much because you're splitting it with us, frankly. But you know what? It's the same type of thing. If you know, you can make some decent money on these, and if your time doesn't allow you to do all the legwork, and there's a great deal of legwork, just send it on to us. We don't charge any fee to take an application. We only get paid if the deal funds. So, you know, we'll do all the legwork, you know, regardless. So, like I said, that's something there for you if you decide that you want to get involved in that. So my suggestion is go through the agent resources, decide how you want to participate with us, and you know, and we're here for you to, you know, to do it however you want to do it. So this agent resources is really the place to be, and there's a lot of good stuff here, and we're always adding to it. And I'll try to keep you abreast of when you know, when we're adding some new products and new programs, and we're always making changes. So like I said, come back and make sure you have the most recent program guide. And let me just show you the program guide. I spoke a lot about it. Let me just show it to you so you can see it. So as you'll see, this is program 1.6.30. So there's been 30 revisions of this program guide. And I don't know if early on I was as organized with my numbering system, so there probably has been more changes than that. But this is just this. But this is these are the programs. Now, right away, I'm going to tell you something that we're going to change a little bit. This bonus program, this direct-to-merchant bonus program that's on the program guide, is temporarily on hold. I've spoken a lot about it. You'll see the videos back there. I think I did a video on this program, but it's temporarily on hold. It's probably going to be reactivated next week or two. It's going to be a little bit different, but we're going to, you know, the way we're selling that program is only an add-on to the Credit Select Plus program. So for those merchants that need it, we're going to bank them, and we're going to get them ready for it and into that program as soon as it's available. But it goes through all the other programs. It gives you the, you know, commission structure, a great description of the programs. The back gives you a glossary, so you could look at the kind of business that you're working with and what programs will be available. So this is a great tool for you. We even give you the pros and cons of each one, because, you know, as I've said, we don't want to mislead anyone. We want everybody to know everything, because you know, it's really the only way that we can do business. And that's all I have for the quick start. I think, you know, this 40-minute video is all you basically need to start selling. Dive into the agent resources, start getting excited about it. Call your business contacts and say, I have this exciting new customer financing program. Here's a video, go watch it. Check out the program details. I think it can really help your business. You're going to grow, you may be able to grow your business by 20% by just adding financing. Whatever you have to do to get the merchant excited, and let the merchant, decide for themselves. But I think most will like it. It's a great way for them to grow their business without changing anything else, right? They're already spending whatever money they are for their marketing, for their goodwill, for their referrals. They've already done all that work. They have their customers coming in. Even if they do nothing else, the financing will just be something that will bring more customers to the table and higher tickets. And then if they really like it and really believe in it, and hopefully they will, they can go out there and start marketing it and really drive people off the street or off the phone or off the internet, to their business. So like I said, it's a great way to grow your revenue. You'll make, this is a numbers game, right? So most of your accounts will be small merchants, if that's what you're focusing on, and they'll do some business. You'll make some commissions, but there are the big ones out there. There are the merchants that will do 6 figures plus in monthly financing, and you can make a very nice living without having to do much at all. So once you get the merchant boarded, we do it all. We do all the support. We don't really, need you for anything other than, than bringing them to us, unless you want to. That's totally up to you. So I'm going to put back that if you didn't, for whatever reason, get all this information, I'm going to leave this up here for a few seconds so you can, get it, and then I'll end this video and put it. It'll be on Agent Resources, and that's where you'll probably find it. So. I wish you the best. Go out there and start selling Flexxbuy. There's a lot of great opportunities. And until next time, thank you very much.